Most people think every truck driver does the same job. But behind the wheel of every semi-truck is a hidden hierarchy built on skill, experience, and responsibility. As the cargo becomes larger and more complex, the job changes completely. Some drivers spend their careers delivering groceries across town, while others are trusted with transporting cargo so massive that entire highways must be prepared before they move. These aren't official career levels. They're stages of specialization. And with every step upward, the challenge shifts from simply driving a truck to solving increasingly difficult transportation problems. Every trucking career starts with learning one thing: how to control a machine that can weigh up to 80,000 pounds. Unlike a car, a tractor-trailer needs wider turns, much longer stopping distances, and constant awareness of blind spots. That's why many new drivers begin with local routes, where they quickly learn that city driving is often harder than highway driving. One of the first habits every new driver develops is learning to trust the mirrors rather than looking over their shoulder. With trailers blocking the rear view, mirrors become the driver's eyes, helping monitor surrounding traffic, trailer position, and potential hazards. Drivers also learn how air brakes respond differently from the hydraulic brakes found in passenger cars, requiring smoother and earlier braking. Every trip begins with a detailed pre-trip inspection, ensuring that tires, lights, brakes, air lines, and coupling devices are safe before the vehicle leaves the yard. The toughest lesson isn't driving forward, it's backing up. Reversing a 53-foot trailer into a loading dock with only inches to spare requires patience, precision, and practice. Before drivers can haul specialized freight, they must first prove they can safely control the truck in almost any situation. But once the truck becomes familiar, a different challenge takes over. Regional trucking teaches drivers that success isn't measured by miles, it's measured by planning. Every trip revolves around delivery appointments, fuel stops, weather, traffic, and strict hours of service rules. One accident or snowstorm can disrupt an entire schedule. Time management goes beyond simply arriving on schedule. Drivers must also anticipate where they'll find legal parking before their driving hours expire. Waiting too long can mean every truck stop is already full, forcing them to search for another safe location. Experienced drivers constantly balance efficiency with safety, knowing that rushing often creates bigger delays later. Experienced drivers think hours ahead, not miles ahead. They know where they'll refuel, where they'll park, and what alternate routes are available before problems even appear. At this stage, driving becomes almost automatic. The real skill is making the right decisions before small delays become major ones. And just when drivers think they've mastered the road, trucking presents its greatest personal challenge: living on it. For many drivers, becoming an over-the-road, or OTR, driver is the biggest turning point in their career. Instead of returning home every evening, they may spend weeks living inside the truck, crossing mountains, deserts, and multiple states on a single trip. Surprisingly, distance isn't the hardest part. Loneliness, fatigue, changing weather, and staying mentally focused day after day are the real challenges. Long-haul drivers also develop routines that help them stay healthy and alert. They learn to plan meals, manage hydration, exercise during rest breaks, and maintain consistent sleep whenever possible. Small habits like these can make a significant difference during weeks on the road. An OTR driver must manage sleep, meals, vehicle inspections, and unexpected breakdowns while staying alert behind the wheel. The truck becomes a workplace, a bedroom, and sometimes the only place that feels familiar. At this level, trucking is no longer just a job, it's a lifestyle. But even years of long-haul experience won't prepare a driver for the next challenge. Most people believe tanker drivers are dangerous because they haul fuel or chemicals. In reality, The biggest challenge is something invisible: liquid surge. Every time the truck brakes, accelerates, or turns, thousands of gallons of liquid continue moving inside the tank, constantly shifting the vehicle's balance. Because of this constant movement, tanker drivers avoid sudden steering inputs and harsh braking. Even changing lanes requires careful timing, since the liquid may continue pushing against the trailer moments after the truck has completed the maneuver. That's why tanker drivers brake earlier, steer more smoothly, and avoid sudden movements. Unlike solid freight, the cargo has a mind of its own. Every steering correction must anticipate how the liquid will react, not how the truck will react. It's a level of precision that ordinary freight rarely demands. But if moving cargo is difficult, carrying enormous weight changes the job completely. Heavy-haul drivers transport cargo that ordinary trailers simply can't handle, including bulldozers, mining equipment, wind turbine parts, and giant industrial machinery. These loads aren't challenging because they're bigger. They're challenging because of the physics behind them. Before the truck moves, engineers calculate axle weights, bridge limits, trailer configurations, and the safest possible route. Many heavy-haul trailers use numerous axles to spread weight across the road, preventing damage to bridges and pavement. Even a simple turn requires careful planning, because every movement affects hundreds of tons of equipment. Heavy-haul drivers also have to think far ahead when approaching hills, curves, and intersections. With extreme weight behind them, acceleration is slower. Braking distances increase dramatically, and even gentle slopes require careful speed management to maintain complete control. At this stage, the driver isn't just transporting freight. They're moving an engineering project. But even these specialists aren't trusted with the most demanding transports, because the next level requires something no ordinary truck ever needs. The road itself must change. By this stage, the truck is no longer adapting to the road. The road must adapt to the truck. Superloads are so large or heavy that they exceed normal legal limits, making every journey a carefully planned operation rather than a routine delivery. Before the truck even leaves the yard, engineers survey the route, checking bridge capacities, overhead clearances, sharp turns, and road conditions. Utility crews may temporarily lift power lines or remove traffic signals, while police escorts and pilot vehicles manage traffic and keep the convoy moving safely. Some transports travel only at night, covering just a few miles per hour because precision matters more than speed. At this level, driving is only one part of the job. Success depends on coordination between dozens of people working together to move a single load. But even these extraordinary operations aren't the final step. The highest level of trucking isn't about driving the biggest truck. It's about carrying the greatest responsibility. These drivers transport some of the world's most valuable and irreplaceable cargo, including massive power transformers, aerospace components, and critical industrial equipment. Every journey is planned months in advance by engineers, permit specialists, logistics coordinators, and escort teams. The driver's role is to execute that plan with absolute precision, because one mistake can delay major infrastructure projects or damage equipment worth millions of dollars. Reaching this level isn't about luck. It takes years of experience, an outstanding safety record, and the trust of companies that handle the most demanding transport operations in the industry. The 7 levels of trucking aren't official career ranks. They represent increasing specialization. Each stage introduces a new challenge, from mastering the truck itself to managing time, fatigue, unpredictable cargo, extreme weight, and finally operations where teamwork and precision matter more than speed. The next time you see a truck on the highway, remember that you're seeing more than just a driver. Behind that wheel could be someone trusted with one of the most complex and demanding jobs in transportation. In trucking, the true measure of skill isn't the size of the truck, It's the level of responsibility the driver has earned. Tell us in the comments and subscribe for more hidden engineering stories behind everyday machines.